I'm anxious to see if Ty Lue wants to put the ball right into the hands of Ivica Zubac to make that man, Porzingis, have to play him in the low post area. Perhaps he puts quick fouls on the big man. Swag jog that he has when the shot's going in.
I know it can be tough when Reggie isn't going well, but the guy is logging career-high minutes. Ty Lue even mentioned it before the ballgame that he could have a little bit of an empty tank. It doesn't take much for Reggie to get it going as he starts the scoring for the Clippers. Here's their second possession. As requested, they go into Zoo, but it's on the mismatch with Caldwell Pope, two former Lakers crossing blades.
Going back to the point you made about Reggie Jackson's tank perhaps shooting at the end. Think about all these games, people are picking him up down the court 90 feet away from the basket, making him work below the top of the circle area.
Morris inside the arc on the left wing, picked up by Kuzma, spins to the baseline, and that is also a sight for sore eyes. Marcus Morris now 2 for 2. Zoo walled off by Gafford, and they work it back out late in the clock for Morris. Contested three, knocks it in, and the Clippers grab the lead by 1. What a tough shot for Morris.
This could be one of those big nights for him from the floor.
It's already a very nice first quarter for him. He has 7. Kuzma the other way, leaves it long. Morris with a rebound.
You know, Clippers went to the zone that time, and Washington didn't really recognize it immediately, so we'll see if they come right back with it after this possession.
Morris slaloms through defenders, floats it up and floats it in. A game-high 9 for Marcus Morris, Sr. Morris pretends to shoot the 3. Holsters his weapon, goes to the elbow. 15-footer, no. Rebound tapped up, but not in by Zeus. Surrounded by red jerseys and lays it in. Ultimately, give credit to the Warriors pulling away. The Clippers did make a little noise down the stretch, but it was a tough one for the Clippers. Whistle foul inside. It looks like Hachimura will go to the free throw line for a couple for the Wizards. They average 50 points a game in that painted area. Well ahead of the curve as Hachimura misses the second free throw.
32 points in the paint for Washington.
What a pass by Zoo. Morris bumped going up, no whistle, but he lays it in 11 for Marcus Morris Sr. Jackson fumbles, loses his footing, face down. 7th turnover for the Clippers. Satoransky inside. Avdia misses, rebound collected by Morris. Morris isos on Satoransky. Walled off, in trouble, and 3 seconds in the lane. Indeed, that is the call, and the appropriate one. 9th turnover for the Clippers. Time now for Drive to the Hoop, brought to you by Hyundai. Jamie getting her hands dirty. Here is Caldwell Pope. Curls, catches, cannot connect on the play out of bounds. Clippers leading by 1. They've got Morris posting on Neto. The size advantage for sure. Morris into the paint, shoots over the top and knocks it down. Marcus Morris is on one here tonight. He has 13. Terrence Mann controls late in the clock. Once again, Morris finds himself shadowed by Neto, but this time it's late in the clock. He fades, he fires, and leaves it short. And Avdia has the rebound for the Wizards. Rebound collected by Terrence Mann, his 5th. Mann from the line to the lane, off the window, no. Morris with the rebound. And surrounded by a canopy of defenders, he'll go to the line for 2. The Wizards have been there 13 times. They got there an awful lot against the Pacers the other night as well. I am not saying that the calls against the Clippers have been all bad. There was one that we disagreed with. They had a trade that they gave up Spencer Dinwiddie and Davis Bertans, and they get a big guy back in Porzingis. They had a trade that they gave up Spencer Dinwiddie and Davis Bertans, and they get a big guy back in Porzingis. He was a player, he was an all-star, he was a coach. And Morris late in the clock once again, this time picked up by Avdia. It doesn't matter for Marcus Morris. And the Clippers, as promised, have the ball to start the second half. It's Batum picked up by Kispert. Looks to Morris. The cash cow for the Clippers comes up firing and leaves it short. Rebound poked out to half court. Morris alone in the corner for 3. That was his Park Place a year ago. Misfires there. Just his 3rd miss tonight. Sold it like I thought he was trying to sell it for the whistle. There was a lot of contact there. Blocked from behind Morris. He runs the break on the other side. Finds Reggie in the corner. The pass to Zoo a bit behind, and the Clippers recoil offensively, go right back into Zoo, twisting to the baseline. A little left-handed hook shot falls. Washington wins. They haven't had a winning streak since the middle part of December as Morris misses again, and the rebound trickles out of bounds and goes back to Washington. Bookends on a Little pick and roll action. Zoo sets the screen. Reggie ignores. Dashes down the lane. Good ball movement. Coffee for three. Ahead of the horn.
That cushion.
Biggest lead of the game for either side. Morris a catch and shoot three. Book it for senior. 21 for him. 22-6 on the year when they lead by 10 or more. Morris walled off, fades and fires and fills it up. He is now 9 of 14, the most in the league, I should say. Abdia back to Gafford. Aggressive drive, met at the summit, loses the ball. Kennard fakes the three, pulls the trigger. Yes, sir! Abdia back to Gafford. Aggressive drive, met at the summit, loses the ball. Kennard fakes the three, pulls the trigger. Yes, sir! Of course, if you're seventh, you'll have the home court edge in those potential games. Morris out of the timeout, and the Clippers back on top of the teeter-totter. On that night, right before the All-Star break, Morris with the first of two, it settles in. The Clippers with a foul to give. Next whistle against the Wizards will be free throws the rest of the way. Two free throws predictably fall for Marcus Morris.